Hi, what's your name?
Aurora.
Aurora, that's a beautiful name. Can you tell me a little bit about your booth here?
I'm gonna sell crappy cars.
You're gonna sell crappy cars. That says Car Land Off-Road, right?
Yeah, for $3.
For $3, right here at Trail Hero 2023, you too can have a little miniature crappy car. Check it out.
It's awesome.
One, two. Trail Hero 2023. Sand Hollow, baby.
Man.
Ready? Let's get it.
Hey guys, Chris Landino and Dakota Jones here with Red River 4x4, and we're here today to talk about our recent trip to Trail Hero 2023 in Sand Hollow, Utah.
Sand Hollow, it was unique. You know, I've been to Moab, I've been to Easter Jeep a couple times, so I kind of had the Moab aspect in the back of my head. But you know, all I knew about Sand Hollow was the Google image search, you know, that we've done and some of the YouTube videos, but it was beautiful. It's crazy. I didn't expect any of that kind of landscape there, really. I mean, it's awesome with the little lake there, and if you want to go rock crawling, you can go rock crawling. If you want to go bomb through the sand dunes, you can do that. The whole area was awesome.
You know, as you know, I grew up in northern Nevada, but it's a completely different landscape even than what I was used to, having grown up out there and been all over the mountains out there, and having then come to Texas and lived here for many, many years. I thought I kind of had a grasp of what we were going to be at and what it was going to look like, but it was different even for me. And boy, there was a lot of people. It was really impressive to see how many people came out there. That first day that y'all were there, you guys went on some trail rides?
Yeah, so we met up with the Mad Lads crew, and you know, with the jam-packed schedule we had to take advantage of every opportunity we had. So we got together and ran a trail. Honestly, can't even remember the name of all of them, but I know we went to the top of the world and we ran the trail we sponsored.
Resurrection.
Yep. And a few other little tidbits.
Why you gotta steal bumpers? Gets the beat up. Come on, come on.
You know, it was probably the most different wheeling experience I've ever had.
Some people just haven't been listening. Thank you for the reminder, we needed that.
I've got a yellow belly that'll cool your nerves.
I will definitely take you up on that. I think riding passengers is even worse.
Yeah, so speaking of the Mad Lads, we sure had a lot of fun with them before the trip and after. We were one of their sponsors for their show Into the Madlands, and their mission that they had for this year of building a Jeep Gladiator and being able to tackle a level 5 trail out there in Sand Hollow. And so we did some work to their Jeep. On their way out to Sand Hollow, you and I worked on a Sunday to get everything done. I think you put in a 14-hour day. And we did some awesome modifications to the, what do they call it, the Madzilla?
The Madillac.
The Madillac, that's right. I think the most fun we had with them was running these trails. I think without Rich Klein's team out there at Trail Hero of guides, we would have been lost. Can we wheel? Yes. Do we know where we're going? Absolutely not. It all looked the same. The trails are marked, but not well marked. You start out on one trail and then you find out you're on another trail, which could get you into trouble really quickly. Our Jeep Gladiator, not necessarily built for what we used it for out there, but I thought that we performed well. You spent that first day with the Mad Lads running some trails. After I showed up that afternoon, I was talking to Graham. They invited us out for a night ride with the Warren Winch guys. So we went out with Warren Winch, Factor 55, Fab Tech, Fab 4, those guys. And they took us on a night trail run that really was above our pay grade as far as our Jeep goes. But we had to winch out one time, but did very well and had an awesome time doing that. But again, without Rich's team, we'd have never made that.
Yeah, y'all ran, what was it, Sliplock Gulch?
Sliplock Gulch, yes.
I was really impressed, with our Gladiator and the Mad Lads. They're pretty heavy with all the tents and everything on it, but they're both unlocked, But one thing we had going for us was ground clearance.
Yeah.
With the 38s on some skinny wheels, we had some ground clearance. And just once we figured out just hit it with a little momentum, it was pretty easy. But it was fun and challenging. I grew up in that kind of background, doing that sort of stuff. But now there we kind of crossed over, taking all the overland vehicles, into some of this harder stuff, and it was fun. I always love a challenge, and luckily there's a lot of go around areas.
Yeah.
So you can dive off into something. If it gets too hairy, you can easily back out, or there's trails going around it. So that's pretty cool. It's once you figure out where you're going there, it's a very willing, friendly place. Yeah, it's unique. That's the only thing I can really say about it. The only bad thing about it is I really got the itch to build another crawler.
I hear you. No, that's there was a lot of amazing rigs out there that were highly, highly capable, which brings me to my next point. Let's talk a little bit about Trailbreaker. That was insane. Yeah, so I've been around a few comp buggies in my time, but, I did all recreational wheeling, and a bunch of us would get together and have a rock race. But those single-seat turboed 4-cylinders, rear steer, now they have portal buggies. I mean, I've seen them around, but not in the class that we've seen them. I mean, those things are light, packing a bunch of power, and tiny. That was epic. Yeah, you're talking about the best rock crawlers in the world, on a course set up by one of the greatest rock crawlers ever, in Rich Klein, and really an impossible course. So then knowing that and being able to see these guys make it right to the end was really something for me. I'd never witnessed anything like that, and I was super impressed with it. And man, there was a lot of people watching too. It was really incredible.
One of the top contenders, I heard him saying that the guy builds them in his wooden pole barn up in the mountain somewhere. And he had 3 cars out there.
Yeah.
And it's epic. It's something set up, designed to fail. And when guys can overcome that, it's awesome. The crowd was rowdy. Guys were hammering on it. Didn't care if they flipped, broke, whatever. They were just trying to get to the end.
The other vendors that were there, we made some awesome relationships. We added some product line to our own store by some of these relationships. The guys at Battleborn Wheels, they're going to be a valuable asset to us because they cater more towards that type of event and have those products available that we really haven't had as much of a choice to pick from. So I'm glad to have them. And of course, I'm a little biased when it comes to them because of the Battleborn name and me growing up in northern Nevada. So I was happy to have them on. We're on with Nacho Lights. Man, they had some amazing products. I really like that. We spent some time with the Crash Fab guys. And I think Tyler got super excited about their stuff. Bought a new bumper. Waiting on the rear one to come in. That's right.
And detachable steering wheel.
That's right. Yeah, it's got to get that detachable steering wheel. Okay, so this event, to me, compared to some of the other events that we've been to, we do well at all the events and we have a good time everywhere we go, but it's not always very friendly and welcoming with everybody we meet. This event was, like we said before, family friendly. They had the concerts at night, the music festival. Everybody we talked to was warm and welcoming. We talked a little about Nino and those guys and how friendly they were to us. And they even invited you and Tyler to go on a trail ride with them, not with our Gladiator, but just to ride with them in their rigs. How did that go?
Yeah, so this is a guy I met, when did we get there? Wednesday, Tuesday, somewhere. They're all running together now. But we met him the afternoon that we got there and talked a little bit. The next day we talked a little bit more. And figured out a little bit more about each other, how much passion we had for this. And he hollered at us like, hey man, we're going on a trail ride if y'all want to come. And that day we couldn't make it. We had the Mad Lads deal going on. But the next day he offered to go again and we took him up on it. And, we're jumping in to a group of guys. I knew nobody. Those guys opened up their vehicles to us and jumped in, and dude, it was awesome.
Good.
Everybody was super cool there. You had husbands and wives and kiddos in the group. One of the guys rolled. But the point of me saying that is everybody jumped in without hesitation to help the guy out. Super laid back. Guys are just out there having fun, be safe, make the most of it.
Yeah.
And it was a really good time.
These opportunities were thrown at us all week long, and that really impressed me because it wasn't, hey, come over here and buy my product. It was, hey, I'm so-and-so, and this is what I do, what do you do? Let's hang out together, let's do some stuff. And if you end up buying my product, cool. If not, let's adventure together and make some memories. And I really enjoyed that aspect of this trip. As I said before, there were parts of it that were overwhelming, that we weren't prepared for, and we learned so much. And I'm excited to be able to do these events again and roll forward with the things that we learned. I'm excited about the products that we've taken on. But my favorite part was just how cool and friendly everybody was on this trip, and the memories we made, the adventures we had. You couldn't beat the scenery, you couldn't beat the people, you couldn't beat the event. Brandy and Rich put this event on, and it was fantastic. They had the Trail Hero Music Festival, they had Trailbreaker, they had the races on the sand dunes with the side-by-sides, and I'm talking about some serious side-by-sides throwing rooster tails 50 feet in the air. It was really, really something. So we love Trail Hero. We're getting ready now for Rendezvous in the Ozarks. That's our next adventure that we're gonna go on. But I can't say enough about Trail Hero and how much fun we had. And I know that you and Tyler and the rest of the team really had a good time. We all dug in deep and worked hard to have a successful trip and event. And I'm excited to do more of this stuff.
Yeah, I've said it once and I'll continue saying it. is one thing I look forward to these events is, like you said, is building the relationships with these people, you know, and going on further trips. You know, we met a few guys that I'm planning a trip to go up towards that area, you know, next late spring next year, early summer, and hopefully a few of them tag along.
Yeah.
So look forward to the next one, and can't wait for Rendezvous. It's coming up right around the corner. Yeah, I guess so. We're trying to figure this shit out.
Hey guys, Chris Landino with Red River 4x4. I just want to thank you for watching this video and giving us your support. The things that we do and these trips that we go on and the adventures that we have, we couldn't do without you and your support. Aside from the shop that we have where we build these vehicles and help people attain their dreams, our favorite part of what we do is being able to go on these adventures and share them with you. So one of the questions we get asked a lot is, where can we buy merchandise, Red River 4x4 merchandise? So we already have a website, redriver4x4.com, and it's in the process of some changes that is going to include a merch store where you guys can pick up Red River 4x4 hats, shirts, hoodies, koozies, whatever. They're going to be on there, and that's coming soon. But also, we will be offering a long line of products that we use and trust while we're out on the trail having our adventures, and we want to make them available to you, our supporters, where you can have an opportunity to get those products as well. And anything that we can do to help you further your adventure, we want to be able to help with that. And redriver4x4.com is where you're going to be able to do that. Oh yeah, and one more thing before I forget. On behalf of Red River 4x4 and Ed Morse Automotive, thank you to the Texas Rangers for bringing home that World Series win for us. Go Rangers.